All right. Hello. Welcome to DWTT. And this segment I call What I Saw. And we're talking about the Crystal Palace game that just happened, 0-0 draw, where we were definitely the second best team in that game. We got lucky to get the draw. They had more opportunities, better chances than we did, but we were able to get a point out of it. And I think, we were lucky for it. I think we had started the game. First thing I noticed, of course, is that Tierney was out of the game, and Marie was out of the game, and with that, maybe I thought, you know what, maybe Gabriel will get to play in it. That didn't happen either. Or Partey, because there was a lot of talk about him playing. So you look at the lineup. You don't see Marie, you don't see Gabriel, you don't see Partey. But the front four looked pretty good, right? You've got Saka, Smith Rowe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette, and that's kind of what we were expecting. Martinelli being out the previous game is probably a good sign. He got some rest, and I think that's going to come. That's one of the things that we're going to need is some of our players are going to need some rest. But with that lineup, it looked decent enough. The front four looked really well set up. Jacques and Ceballos in the middle. You know, that's something we had to look at and see how they were going to play when they before they came out, and hope that we can get something through the middle. Then the defense of Holding and Louise was a new one after a while of what we've seen in the middle with Holding and Marie kind of playing together. But it should be solid enough to get through this game. On the on the left and right, you've had Bellerin and Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles playing on the left to replace Tierney. Is probably a big ask of him based on the way that Tierney has been playing of late, and we saw it. Right, if we get into the game, Maitland-Niles' first touch kind of signify how the game was going to go, at least from that side, and it kind of we just probably would never good after that. We did have some shots in the game, but not enough to threaten their goal. As the game went on, some points I just felt like I was going to go to sleep because it seemed like it took forever for us to be able to push that ball forward and get into any kind of attacking position to where we could actually try to score. And when we did get opportunities to put a ball on goal, there was nothing there. I mean, some of the standouts in the game that I've talked about in my 5 list, Zaka, he played well, but when he plays well, is that a plus or minus for us? Like I said, I'd rather have him being in the shadows, kind of doing his work behind the scenes as we have, the rest of the team is kind of doing their work. It's maybe asking too much, but that's kind of what I like to see. And in the past, when he's been not at the forefront of the highlights of the team, then things are going well. The one thing that I brought up, I've talked about in this game, was one touch. When Arsenal played one touch ball, we got good opportunities. When we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the ball, the game just slowed down. Crystal Palace was able to get into a good position in the defense, and basically we just stalled over and over and over again. That happened, and every time one touch ball happened, good things happened. It went actually both ways. If you remember the attack from Crystal Palace, where they came off the left side and crossed it in, there were 3 touches by Crystal Palace, all one touch. The cross came in on a touch, Benteke's header, one touch, and then I believe Zaha maybe putting the ball back in, trying to get something in there and getting stopped by Leno, all one touch. That's how that game needed to go. And that's kind of, that's what happens when you play one touch, kind of put the defense out of it. They have no answer because it's too late. And that's what we needed to do. And we didn't do it enough. We needed to swing the ball a lot faster. We seem to be dribbling it from one side of the field to the other as a defense just kind of walks with us. I mean, it's one of the things that I notice Arsenal is that they kind of give the defense a rest as opposed to making them work sometimes with their movement up the field and when we swing it across sometimes. There was one play that stood out also for me is Jacques made a cross all the way across the field from the left side all the way out to I think it was Emile Rowe, who one touch crossed it back in, going towards uh, Lacazette, and it got intercepted by Bellerin. Probably one of the best defensive plays he had all game. You could see, Lacazette a little upset with that, and it was kind of typifies the game. Similarly, I think also what I noticed is that we don't push the ball up. The players would make runs up and nothing would happen. And I think that happened too many times. And I think when that does happen, players just kind of give up, even though they can't afford to. I mean, I think Aubameyang did that, and that's one of the things he can't do. He's got to be able to be in the game the whole time, because at one point, whenever that ball does make it up, he needs to be ready to go. So that's kind of what I saw. Like I said, we had a lot of a lot of loose passes that were just, picked, intercepted, and that's kind of how the game went. And that's just a quick little review of kind of what I saw in the game. Hoping we can get, we should be able to get better. Hopefully, when Martinelli comes back, Partey came in, in the second half, didn't really get to, I guess, showcase. He seems a little bit rusty. Hopefully, I guess to play a little bit more in the next game, and we'll see something better. When we play Newcastle, who we've beaten 2-0 with their backups, but this time, they'll have their starters in, and we, hopefully have our starters in, and we'll see how that goes. Seems like Marie is out for a little while, which is disappointing because we'd like to have that depth. But Gabriel being back, hopefully he gets to play, and that's why they held him out, because he'll be able to play the whole way, but we'll see. All right, thank you for listening to what I saw on the DWTT's channel, and I will talk to you soon. And like I like to end it with, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. All right, thanks. Come on, you Gunners.